One of the many influential topics and subjects is religion. I've studied religion's growth over time and religion's decline. One of the biggest religions is Christianity, and as many know, this is the worship of the Christian God and His Son, Jesus Christ. This religion was said to inspire Christmas as well as other famous holidays, but before that there was the biggest religion. There were many others. There was Greek, Norse, Roman, Egyptian, and many more. Recently, there's been a wave of change in this modern age, and I've begun to see that old religions have begun to resurface in the form of another religion. This religion is being called Polytheism. One of the many aspects of polytheism is altars. This isn't necessarily required, but it can be one of the bigger parts of it. As you can see here, I've set up a makeshift altar for Loki. There are many aspects in this which appeal to his character and his person as a whole. For example, we've got a book about Loki. However, it isn't the Norse Loki, it is Marvel, still about Loki. We've got candles, which are mainly used in altars and mainly recommended to communicate with the gods, but it isn't always a reliable method. We've got a mask here for Loki to conceal his identity. We've got animals which represent Loki over here. We've got a snake and spiders. We even have offerings. In this is cantabs. You don't have to offer anything in particular, you can just offer stuff. Another aspect of polytheism is offering food to your gods. Loki in particular, he likes sweet foods. An example of this is freeze-dried foods. And polytheistic people would offer their god food and then wait a short amount of time, then eat the food. There's also other foods you can give, such as sour foods or even drinks. You don't have to offer anything in particular, but this is an option you can do. Another thing is that you can communicate with the gods. Some of the ways aren't as good as others. One way is communicating with dice. Typical D6 dice that come in any standard set of board game. And the way you'll communicate is you'd have a list 1 to 6, 1 yes, 2 no, 3 maybe, 4 different question, and so on. And you'd roll the dice and try and communicate with your god. You'd ask questions which can be answered yes, no, maybe, or a different question. However, this isn't the best way. Another way to communicate with the gods is using tarot cards. I don't actually have a set of tarot cards, so I sort of made my own. What you do, you'd shuffle the tarot cards until one of the cards stands out, it becomes different. As I stated before, some people worship more than one god, and this isn't frowned upon, it's more so encouraged. Many gods have animals which represent them, and Apollo, the Greek god, one of his animals is crows. And if you continuously see crows and when you get up you get blinded by the sun and light, that is seen as him reaching out. And many gods reach out, it means they want you to worship them, to pray to them. And Apollo is one of the gods that adopt the most followers. One of Loki's animals is snakes, another is spiders. And I kept seeing these wherever I went, and it was actually Loki reaching out. And the reason why snakes are one of Loki's animals is because one of the Norse tales is about him and his son, Jormungandr, who's a snake. And his story is he's a giant snake that encircles the earth, wrapping his body all around it. That's why Loki is represented with snakes. Yes, I am. I'm currently worshipping the god Loki from Norse mythology. I worship Loki because he reached out to me and I feel a connection to him. I'm not entirely sure. I discovered it one day and started looking into it, and I just found myself worshipping Loki. I found it through TikTok and Discord. Well, it's taught me to open up about myself and show my real self to everyone. It's shown me how to just be my true self.